Welcome to Miracle Mondays with Rae Lashea. I am your host, Rae Lashea, and we have an excellent guest for you today. Coming from St. Vincent. Let me get a little music to get us going here. Today is, Monday, August 9th. And we are just out of Lionsgate, the Leo portal opening for the season. Well, we're still in it, but the most potent was
Nevada homeowners,
yesterday, I believe. Of course, they'll play ads when I'm trying to do something here. So we have our guest, Austin Powers, coming out of St. Vincent. We're waiting for him. He's actually at an airport. Let's get this straight. Can I do? How many things can I do at one time? I hope you all have had and are having a good week. Let me get him on. And how has my week been? Excellent. I'm on if you want to check your IG live. Thanks. Okay, excellent. Thanks. Yes, he is. Oh, back to Soka. He is in between flights. And he goes all over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He is a promoter, a DJ, a radio host, and a telecommunications expert. So I'm really excited to have him on. He was supposed to be on in April, but they had the volcano eruption, and he was dealing with that. So we're very fortunate to get him on today. And if you would please help me welcome Mr. VJ Powers, which is his stage name, Mr. Austin Payne. Let's see, I need you to request to join. And yes, what a treat this will be. Welcome!
Hey, what's up?
Austin, it's so good to see you. Bring your camera down just a little so it doesn't cut off your forehead because you're below me. Excellent. Oh, I'm so happy you made it because, we had you scheduled for April and then the volcano
eruption and everything was just going, like downhill for a bit.
And you were a big part of the of getting things back together and getting people the supplies they needed. But before we go into that, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yo, I mean, my name is ZJ Powers. I'm an entertainer here. I'm a radio announcer. I'm also a salesperson for the #1 telemarketing company. Well, a telecommunications company here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Okay, so I actually met you in like 2014, and you were...
Good times.
It was so much fun. You were working at a program where they did sustainability and, just permaculture and animal husbandry and solar paneling, and they taught people how to do this. How did you get involved with that? And what's your interest and what's the importance of that?
Okay, well, at that time when I decided to join, it was because, it was basically because of the influence that that I always saw on mainstream media in relation to like what happens in Africa. And I always thought to myself, you know, well, okay, if there is something that I could do to help these kids, if there's any way at all in the world I could make an impact, I would. And then one day I was traveling through my community and I met a friend of mine who said that she was on her way to Mozambique. And I'm like, Mozambique is not Africa. She's like, yeah. I said, well, hey, sign me up. I want to go. I want to do stuff. And then it was I spent some time in Africa, and then I came back and they asked me to be a part of the program at the academy. So I was like, yeah, let's make it happen.
Now you also are fluent in Spanish.
Un poco. Yo no hablo
No,
mucho, pero
more
un
than
poco.
Coco. You speak better Spanish than me, and I would say I'm pretty fluent. And I found that pretty amazing because St. Vincent is like this small. And it's a big island in culture and people and history, but in size it's very small. Yet you managed to become very well traveled and very knowledgeable about the world. How did you manage that on such a small island that a lot of people don't even know about?
Okay, well, the thing is for me is that I've always thought that you are only limited by your thinking. So the moment that you say, you know, there's a saying here that goats only graze where they're tied, which means that, you know, people basically, they limit themselves. So they grow up, they meet one thing, they don't try to explore or go beyond, right? And I always vow to myself that I don't ever want that to be me. I want to see what's there. I want to experience what's there to be experienced for myself. I don't just want to see it on TV. I want to see it firsthand. You know, Mexico, Egypt, the favelas in Brazil. These are things that are still on my bucket list, by the way. Right? It's just a matter of you know, finding time and, you know, and finding time and finding a break between volcano eruptions and COVID to get to get some traveling done.
Right. COVID has definitely halted us. Let me welcome a few people who joined us today. Miss Telemac, Puncha 2.4, Hoodstar Matthews, Pretty Smile Indy, Yappa Jr., Ethereal Francis Supplies, Lisa Hector.7, the baby J, Quasley 108. Welcome to Miracle Mondays with Rae Lashea. I'm Rae Lashea. I'm here with ZJ Powers, Mr. Austin Kane, who is a radio host and a promoter and also a telemarketing, not telemarketing, but a telecommunications expert. What are you currently promoting and or how did you get into promotions and radio hosting?
Okay, well, music has always been a big part of my family's lineage. My sister is the only recognized female dancehall artist out of St. Vincent. Matter of fact, I think she's the only internationally recognized dancehall artist. She's currently on tour in the US. So ever since we were growing up together, it was always, you know, we were somewhat rebels because our dad is a Rastafarian, so he wasn't really fond of the dancehall genre. But my sister and I took a strong liking to it. So when she started getting deeper, then I started getting deeper. And well, for most of my life, she has been my support structure. So whenever she needed me to, you know, be that person to go out and say, yo, welcome on stage, Sita the Lyrical Diva, I'm like, yep, that's going to be me. That's going to be me. We're going to need a link to get her music on the radio. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. So from the age of, let's say, 8, 9, we started, you know, like plotting for the future, like what we're going to do. And then everything started manifesting when she went to college. And we did our first show. I was 15 years old. She was 17 at the time. We did our first show. It was called Vibes Start Well. And it was named after Vibes Cartel, who we consider one of our biggest influencers in music. So we did that show basically getting her established as, well, to become the brand that she is today.
And she has done an amazing job. I watched both of you work together, you promoting her, traveling together. I think it's amazing she's in the US right now. If you haven't seen Sita the Lyrical Diva, Sita, check her out. I would love for her to be a guest on the show here as well. What are you currently promoting?
Oh, what I'm currently promoting, it's her latest project, which is called the Style and Flow Rhythm. It was, well, it's basically her first ever production. Everyone knows her as an artist. This time she decided to step back and get behind the beats and actually create a rhythm so that she could influence other youngsters and get some exposure going to some of the young and upcoming artists. So we have our own little agency. It's called ACTA, the Artistic Creative Talent Agency. So we go around the island, we scout for new talent, we get them signed, we handle everything from their social media pages right up to their very first stage performance. So right now that's our major project, which is a Style and Flow Rhythm.
Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. Let me welcome a
Thank
few
you.
people who've joined us. Eliza Joseph, 26, Parlay Brown, Sikovitz, Enja _, DJ Bravo 784, Best Topic _ Kim, Top Flight, Wally, and Leah Get Fit. Leah Get Fit. Welcome to Miracle Mondays with Rae Lashea. I'm Rae Lashea. Check me out at www.lessproblemsmoremiracles.com. That's lessproblemsmoremiracles.com. Put your email address in and get your free Miracle Makers PDF roadmap, as well as check out some of the books I have. I'm here with ZJ Powers, Mr. Austin Kane, who is, can I call you the voice of St. Vincent?
I don't think that would be fair. I mean, I would love it. I wouldn't call myself that. I mean, I would love it if you do.
Because though your voice is recognized. You are recognized. You've been on the radio there. You've been in many of the clubs there. Like I
think all of them.
All of them, right? So
all of them.
Oh, you said not all of them?
I said all of them.
Exactly. So you can't really go anywhere without being recognized in St. Vincent, and even a little past that, the Grenadines.
Definitely. I'm actually in one of the Grenadines islands today. I'm in Kianawan, and so I'm walking through the streets of Kianawan, and then I hear, "Isn't that CJ Powers?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" It's like such an overwhelming feeling because I knew that I have fans. I knew that I have persons who listen on, but for them to actually put a face, plus I'm wearing a mask to spot my face behind a mask and recognize me. Trust me, it's a thrilling feeling though.
And you also have many voices. Like you can hit most of the Caribbean accent.
Yeah. I do a little bit of impersonation, a little bit of accents, and that's what I consider like a little part of me that I take from everybody or everything that I admired, because as I mentioned before, I do love cultures. I do love cultural experiences. So the part that I normally get to take with me is their accent.
You do a great job. Now your worst one is New York, though. Your worst.
I don't think so, man. I think my New York is good. I think my New York is good. I
see you've been practicing. I'm rocking some of the jewelry that I got when I was in St. Vincent. I got this, I got these. I love St. Vincent. It's one of my favorite places in the world to be, to visit, to live. And where's one of your favorite places in the world?
Africa.
That's a big place.
Yeah, South Africa. Just like everywhere that I've been in Africa, I think Africa for me was a life-changing experience. Both for me, it was like, there was always the side of Africa that's always shown on TV, which is the poverty, the starvation, the hunger. They never showed like the places that basically look like downtown New York. So when I got there and I experienced, traveling down the highway in a 2006 Mercedes Benz, and like these cars are just flying past, and I'm like, wait. It was like such an eye opener. And if there's one place I would like to visit again, it would definitely be one of my favorite places to visit would be Africa, because you get to, for me, South Africa, because you get to see both worlds, the side that's publicized, and also you get to see the side that's hidden,
Right.
or not broadcasted. Let me not say hidden. You get to see the side that's not broadcasted on a regular.
Right. And one thing I love about being in any of the African countries is that we see us. And in fact, this is one of the things I loved about being in St. Vincent. All around me were people who looked like me, and I felt so comfortable and so welcome that, it just felt like home. Let me welcome a few people who've joined us. Thank you for being here. Gwenergy, Jody Sher, or Joe DeSher, the Natasha Cooks, Darkest Chocolate, Future Trouble, Power J784, Viva Glam Reese, Chicago, D_ Big Mac, sorry, that's Sheikah O, and Classy with an Attitude, also Ms. Decia. This is Miracle Mondays with Rae Lashea. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm Rae Lashea. I'm here with Austin Powers. Austin Kane, Mr. ZJ Powers is his name, right? It's his radio name. Visit me at www.lessproblemsmoremiracles.com. Put your email address in to get your free PDF Miracle Makers Roadmap. You can check out the books that I have there for sale. Also, follow me here at Rae Lashea. Austin, tell people where they can find you if they want to hear you, see you, follow you.
Yo, I'm live on Boom 1069 every Friday from 6 until 9 in the night, on Saturdays from 12 until 3, from Sundays from 12 until 3. All you've got to do is follow the movement at Boom SVG 1069, or if not, you could follow my personal page, just ZJ_Powers. It's everywhere. I'm literally the only ZJ Powers in the world. Yes. So I'm not that hard to find. But while we're doing shout outs, I gotta say shout out to Viva Glam _Reese. That's actually one of my favorite co-workers. She's just like excellent when it comes to marketing, and I noticed that she took the opportunity to join. So I just want to say like big ups to Reese. She's a pain in the side, but I know she only does it because she loves me and she really wants to see me grow within our line of work. Speaking about growth and our line of work, I just had to speak briefly about like Miracle Mondays and why I really jumped at it when you said let's do it, is because there's a side that besides the glamour, besides like all of the limelight that people don't get to see, and it's the real person behind the action. And last year was a difficult year for ZJ Powers. Because promotions went uphill, downhill. Powers lost like a whole lot of money, and it wasn't until like maybe January or February that there was an intervention on my behalf, because my mom is a very spiritual person. She reached out and she said, "Jay, I don't think that something's right." So we all got together. She gathered my sisters. We all sat and we prayed together, right? And being the big bad ZJ Powers and having to humble myself before God. I was never really big on religion, but the turning point was one of the biggest turning points in my life, I would say, was at that time. And if you believe in miracles or not, I think you don't just throw it out the window. Whether or not you do believe in miracles, don't just throw it out the window, because I've seen what happened from, let's say basically June last year, losing $15,000 on one event, losing $10,000 on another, $5,000 on another, $21,000 on another, and then everything just, after like a couple sessions of prayer and just basically remodeling everything, following the footstep that my mom said, Jay, I think this is something that you should look into. And then seeing basic complete turnaround in everything from finances to getting myself back into an almost, I'm not fully there yet, almost financially stable position. Was just, if it wasn't a miracle, then I don't know what it was, but I don't want to lose it. Whatever it is, I don't want to lose it.
And that's one thing I love about your mom and your family is she's a very praying woman, and she believes in higher beings,
always has been,
spirituality. And I've seen her intervene on your behalf a few times, and you've always come out higher and better on the other side.
But I always find myself back in those positions.
That's just you.
That's all me though. That's all me. Her prayers work, but that's all
That's
me.
just you looking for trouble. Let me welcome a few more people before we get out of here today. Kenneth Thomas, 784, Ziggy's Pudding, a Fam Chuck Woo, 2021, Desron Edwards, Roy Q Official, Flash Oya, Classy with an Attitude, who says you have definitely grown. Curtly 784, GG Safe _ ND, Big Mac, who sends a prayerful hands. I apologize for anyone's name who I've messed up. It's hard reading these names, you know that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here at Miracle Mondays with Rae Lashea. I'm here every Monday from 3 p.m. to 3:30 Pacific, 6 p.m. to 6:30 Eastern. So, and I always have a wonderful, dope guest who is an entrepreneur of some sort and who has found the courage and the passion to follow his or her dreams. I'm here with ZJ Powers, Mr. Austin Kane, the voice of St. Vincent. Let them come for me if they want to.
Yeah. Please, I didn't say it, ladies and gentlemen. That was not on my behalf. It was all Rae Lashea.
That's yes. I have titled him that with that. What advice would you give to people who want to get into the music industry or the entertainment industry? And you know, what would you say for those people?
Be strong. Be strong and have faith, because the music industry here in St. Vincent, like any other music industry, it's not easy. And as soon as you think that you're fully set and you're on your way, then there's gonna come a sideball. I guarantee you, there's gonna be some other artist, some other entertainer, some other DJ who's just gonna come and maybe copy your style or just come with something totally different that's gonna take away from the flavor that you're bringing to the table. But if you are not strong in yourself, you're gonna lose it. But as long as you keep focused and you keep working at your game, trust me, the world is your playing field.
That's excellent advice. Stay strong, be strong. Don't stay focused. Don't let what people do, other people do, good and bad, good or bad, hinder you or stop you up. And you've been in the industry for a long time. You used to dance. You used to be in a group, and then you move forward and progress from there.
Definitely. But speaking of our special guest, my sister Sita Music just joined us. But unfortunately, as I said, my job takes me to some really interesting places, and my plane just landed.
Plane just landed. Welcome, Sita _music. Sita, the lyrical diva. We want you on Island Gem 40. Thank you for joining us. Austin, I appreciate you so much. I'm so glad you took the time between flights. I'm so glad your flight was delayed so you could be here with us today. But now
everything happens for a reason.
You need to get where you're going. Love you. Thank you. Everyone, we appreciate
Thank you.
Have a miraculous day. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.